Hi. I also agree with that. I actually worked at ETSU, which was fabulous. Their disability services was great, and I worked there for 9 years. And then I came to the community college area, and I love the community college area, especially working with students with disabilities. I feel like that sometimes it's easier to place in smaller classrooms and have more of that one-on-one time in that community college aspect. As far as financial goes, you're correct. There's a lot of financial ways that students can get their school paid for. One thing I will say though is we work normally with students who are degree seeking or certificate seeking. Students can come in and audit a class, but we always make sure to know the disclosure that we don't provide personal assistance. So these students do need to be able to sit into a classroom, independently. But there are also resources for students who graduate from any Tennessee state high school, that they're eligible for what is called Tennessee Promise to be able to get their college paid for. One of the things we like to make sure that students know is they're told in high school that you have to take a minimum of 12 credit hours, which is normally 4 classes, to get Tennessee Promise. But if a student with a disability is registered in my office, I can alter that requirement. And so what I can do is send a memo to our financial aid and allow a student with a disability to take just 6 hours, which is 2 classes. And so that really helps a lot of students that do have disabilities, because that 12-hour full-time course load, that's a lot. And the difference in high school and college is that high school goes off the IDEA law and we go off ADA. So we're not able to modify classes to make the coursework, less or anything in that nature. Sometimes that can be done in high school. So allowing a student to only take 6 hours really lets them focus on just those 2 classes. And then it allows them to still get their funding taken care of. And so that's a great benefit for any student that's coming from a Tennessee State high school. So what we do is that I meet individually with each student that comes through our office. A lot of times I do like to have their IEP or 504 from high school just to use as a reference. So we can see what services they got in high school and how we can kind of compare that and make that transition a lot easier for them and what we can do. It also allows me to sit down and discuss with them why maybe they were able to get certain things in high school that they cannot get at the college level, but how we can still support them through that process and that transition. We have developed a fabulous program that we call Check and Connect. And what that is it's a mentoring program. So a lot of our students meet with a specialist once a week and sit down and just go over things like time management. And so it helps them kind of set out their coursework and what they need to do and what they don't need to do. This is completely voluntary. It's not required for any of our students, but they can sit down with someone and they can say, hey, I have a paper due in 2 weeks. I don't know how to even start this. So that person can sit down with them and say, okay, so let's make sure that we have an outline and a topic due by this day and help them work that time management skills. So then there's not that procrastination, and which then can increase anxiety for students. And it helps a lot of our students kind of just feel their way through that transition. We also have some things that we can loan out to students while they're actually at Northeast State. If they were to need, say, an FM system because they have a hearing impairment, we can loan that out to be used in the classrooms. We can provide just certain resources that are there. We cannot, unfortunately, purchase brand new equipment for somebody if they need it. We've been asked before if we could purchase hearing aids, or anything in that nature. Unfortunately, we're unable to do that, but we can provide different equipment, loaned out for that time being. We have some awesome services. We have a program called Read and Write. That is for those students, let's say in high school, that they had a reader. They had someone who read their exams to them. This program will read things out loud to them. And so it will help with that transition, and still have that reading material. We have audio note-taking systems to help students with note-taking. And then they can go home and re-listen to lectures while also have all the note-taking information there. So we have a lot of resources available for students. We work a lot with the local high schools. We have some that are dual enrollment students right now. So they're taking a few college classes while they're in high school, and we work closely with them. And school counselors contact me and I actually go into the school to meet with students. Of course, during COVID lately, it's been some Zoom meetings, and we can do that if needed. And so, but yeah, we have a lot of resources available. We really like to encourage our students. What we're there for is to be their advocate, to help them get through what they need to, make sure they have the accommodations that they need, whether that is extended time on testing, a low distraction testing room, an FM system, whatever it is that they need to help provide that equal educational opportunity. That is our goal, is to always make sure to have that equal educational opportunity. And so, but yeah, we meet with each student, and we really enjoy getting to know the students and having them in our office. I would say that the best contact for us is we have a email address that it will go to me, and it will also go to our office secretary. So that way one of us will always make sure to get it very quickly. And that is accessibility@northeaststate.edu. And so that is probably the easiest way to contact us. But yeah, we have a great program, and we hope to see a lot of students coming from high school.
Kelly, I'm going to put you on the spot. Would you spell out your email address, please, for folks?
Yes, I'm going to look at it because it's accessibility. And of course, I could easily get one thing off, right?
I understand.
Okay. It is ACCESSIBILITY@northeaststate.edu.